Have you ever felt trapped in a life that isn't yours? What if I told you that you can vanish, not physically, but mentally and emotionally, from who you are now and re-emerge as someone entirely new, someone better? The best part, it's not magic, it's transformation. Life has a way of boxing us into patterns. These patterns, routines, and habits define us, sometimes so tightly that we can't breathe. But here's the good news: you can break free. You can reinvent yourself, not by running away, but by disappearing from the version of you that no longer serves you. This is about mastery of your mindset, habits, and future. Step 1. Recognize the chains holding you back. What's holding you in place? Write it down. Is it fear of failure, fear of judgment, or is it the comfort of mediocrity? Remember this: if you don't define your chains, they'll define you. Ask yourself, what's the cost of staying the same? Pain, regret, missed opportunities. How long are you willing to pay that price? Recognizing the chains that hold you back requires a deep and honest look at your life. Think of it like standing in front of a mirror and seeing yourself not just as you appear, but as you are inside. The chains are often invisible at first. They might be disguised as habits, excuses, or even well-meaning advice from others. Maybe you've told yourself, "I'm not good enough," so many times that you've started to believe it. Or perhaps you've let fear dictate your choices because stepping out of your comfort zone feels too risky. These mental chains can become so ingrained that they feel like part of your identity, but they're not. They're constructs, and you have the power to dismantle them. Consider your daily routine. Are you on autopilot, going through motions that don't align with your true aspirations? Maybe you're stuck in a job that drains your energy, surrounded by people who don't inspire you. Or perhaps you've developed habits that undermine your potential, like procrastination, negative self-talk, or seeking validation from others. These patterns may feel comforting in their familiarity, but they're chains nonetheless, keeping you from reaching your full potential. Recognizing them is the first step to breaking free. Sometimes the chains holding us back are external. They might be societal expectations, cultural norms, or the opinions of those around us. Have you ever hesitated to pursue a dream because told you it wasn't practical? Or maybe you've felt pressure to follow a certain path because it's what's expected of you. These external chains can be particularly tricky because they often come from people we love and respect. But remember, their expectations don't have to define your reality. You have the right to choose your own path. There's also the chain of fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. Fear can be paralyzing, convincing you to stay where it feels safe. But here's the truth: growth never happens in the safety zone. Fear is a natural response to stepping into the unfamiliar, but it doesn't have to control you. Recognize it for what it is: a signal that you're about to do something that matters. Let it fuel your determination instead of stifling your courage. Another common chain is the belief that you're not ready. This illusion of readiness keeps so many people stuck, waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. Here's a secret: you don't have to be ready. You just have to start. Action creates momentum, and momentum leads to transformation. Waiting for readiness is just another chain, keeping you from taking the first step. As you identify these chains, be kind to yourself. Recognizing them is not about blame or self-criticism, it's about awareness. Awareness is empowering because it gives you a choice. Once you see the chains, you can decide to break them. Start by asking yourself power questions: what do I truly want? What am I willing to go of to get there? What's one small step I can take today to move closer to the life I envision? Sometimes the chains holding us back are external. They might be societal expectations, cultural norms, or the opinions of those around us. Have you ever hesitated to pursue a dream because told you it wasn't practical? Or maybe you've felt pressure to follow a certain path because it's what's expected of you. These external chains can be particularly tricky because they often come from people we love and respect. But remember, their expectations don't have to define your reality. You have the right to choose your own path. There's also the chain of fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. Fear can be paralyzing, convincing you to stay where it feels safe. But here's the truth. Growth never happens in the safety zone. Fear is a natural response to stepping into the unfamiliar, but it doesn't have to control you. Recognize it for what it is, a signal that you're about to do something that matters. Let it fuel your determination instead of stifling your courage. Another common chain is the belief that you're not ready. This illusion of readiness keeps so many people stuck, waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. Here's a secret: you don't have to be ready. You just have to start. Action creates momentum, and momentum leads to transformation. Waiting for readiness is just another chain, keeping you from taking the first step. As you identify these chains, be kind to yourself. Recognizing them is not about blame or self-criticism, it's about awareness. Awareness is empowering because it gives you a choice. Once you see the chains, you can decide to break them. Start by asking yourself power questions. What do I truly want? What am I willing to go of to get there? What's one small step I can take today to move closer to the life I envision? One of the first steps to detaching is the beliefs that underpin your current identity. Maybe you believe you're not creative because a teacher told you so in school, or you've internalized the idea that you're bad relationships because of a past breakup. These beliefs are not truths, they're interpretations. By questioning their validity, you open the door to new possibilities. Ask yourself, what if that belief isn't true? What if the opposite is true instead? Detaching requires you to stop seeking external validation. It's tempting to define ourselves through the eyes of others, friends, family, colleagues. But living for external approval keeps you shackled to an identity that pleases others at the expense of your true self. Decide to be the author of your own story. Start prioritizing your internal compass. A powerful tool for detachment is visualization. Spend time every day picturing the version of your future to be. How do they think, speak, and act? What habits and attitudes define them? This exercise helps you shift focus from who you're becoming. Over time, your brain starts to accept this new identity as reality, guiding your actions to align with it. Another step is embracing discomfort. Change is rarely comfortable, and stepping into a new identity often feels like walking on shaky ground. But discomfort is a sign of growth. Instead of avoiding it, lean into it. Each uncomfortable step you take reinforces your commitment to the person you're becoming. Finally, build rituals that reflect your new identity. If you want to see yourself as disciplined, create a morning routine that sets the tone for productivity. If you want to be healthier, start by preparing nourishing meals. These silent conscious signal to your subconscious that you're no longer the person you used to be. Over time, these rituals will become second nature, solidifying your transformation. Step 3: to build the habits of the new you. Transformation doesn't happen in grand leaps. It emerges through consistent, deliberate actions. Habits are the foundation of who you are and who you'll become. They are the small, repeated steps that construct your identity over time. To build the habits of the new you, you must focus on both the behaviors you cultivate and the mindset that sustains them. Begin by identifying the habits that align with your vision for transformation. What does the new you do daily? If your future self is disciplined, does that person wake up early, exercise, or plan their day with precision? If the new you is confident, does that person practice affirmations, maintain eye contact, or seek opportunities to step out of their comfort zone? The key is clarity. The more vividly you define the habits of the person you aspire to be, the easier it becomes to adopt them. Start small, but start intentionally. Grand gestures may feel motivating in the beginning, but they are often unsustainable. Instead, focus on micro habits, actions so small that they seem almost effortless. For instance, if you aim to build a habit of reading, start with just 1 page a day. If you want to incorporate exercise, commit to 5 minutes of movement. These small wins build momentum, and as you experience progress, you'll naturally increase your efforts. Consistency is your greatest ally. Habits are not formed in a day, they require repetition. Think of habits as seeds planted in the soil of your daily routine. At first, the growth is invisible, but with consistent watering and sunlight, your effort and discipline, they take root and flourish. Anchor new habits to existing routines to make them easier to remember. For example, if you're cultivating gratitude, you could write down 3 things you're thankful for immediately after brushing your teeth each morning. Tracking your habits is another powerful strategy. What gets measured gets managed. Use a habit tracker to visualize your progress. Whether it's a simple checklist, an app, or a journal, recording your actions provides a sense of accomplishment and accountability. Over time, these visual cues reinforce your commitment to the new you. Mindset plays a pivotal role in building habits. Your beliefs about yourself directly influence your actions. If you see yourself as someone who struggles with procrastination, your brain will look for evidence to support that identity. But if you begin to identify as someone who is proactive and disciplined, your actions will gradually align with this new self-concept. Use affirmations and positive self-talk to reframe your identity. Instead of saying, "I'm trying to wake up earlier," say, "I am someone who values a productive morning routine." Words shape beliefs, and beliefs shape actions. Be prepared for resistance. Building new habits often disrupts your current patterns, and your brain may resist the change. This resistance is normal. Understand that willpower is a limited resource, so design your environment to minimize temptations and distractions. If you're trying to eat healthier, keep nutritious snacks readily available and remove junk food from your home. If you're trying to focus on deep work, silence notifications and create a dedicated workspace free from distractions. Your environment should support, not hinder, your habits. When setbacks occur, and they will, remember that progress is not a straight line. Missing a day or faltering doesn't mean failure. It's an opportunity to learn. Reflect on what triggered the setback and adjust your approach. Resilience is built in these moments. Forgive yourself, recommit, and keep moving forward. The new you isn't perfect, but they are persistent. Layer your habits over time. Transformation doesn't require you to change everything at once. Focus on mastering one habit before adding another. This approach prevents overwhelm and allows each habit to solidify. Think of your habits as building blocks. Alone, they may seem insignificant, but together, they form a powerful structure that supports your transformation. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Positive reinforcement strengthens habits. When you achieve a milestone, reward yourself in a meaningful way. It could be as simple as acknowledging your progress with a smile, or as elaborate as treating yourself to something special. These celebrations signal to your brain that the effort is worthwhile, making it more likely that you'll continue. Visualization is a powerful tool to cement new habits. Spend a few minutes each day imagining yourself performing your new habits effortlessly. Picture the emotions, the confidence, and the pride that come with living as the transformed version of yourself. Visualization primes your brain for action and bridges the gap between intention and execution. Surround yourself with people who support your growth. Environment isn't just physical, it's social. Seek out communities or individuals who embody the habits you're building. Their influence can motivate and inspire you. Conversely, distance yourself from negativity or relationships that pull you back into old patterns. As the saying goes, you are the average of the 5 people you most time with. Finally, remember the why behind your habits. Transformation is hard work, and there will be days when motivation wanes. In those moments, reconnect with your purpose. Why did you start this journey? What's at stake if you don't follow through? Write your reasons down and revisit them often. Let your vision pull you forward when your energy feels low. Building the habits of the new you is a love and self-respect. It's a declaration that you value your potential enough to invest in it daily. Each habit is a vote for the person you're becoming. Over time, these votes accumulate, and one day, you'll look back and realize that you've no just new habits but a new life. So start today with one small step. Your future self is waiting. Step 4. Embrace the silence. The silence is not merely the absence of noise. It is a profound space where transformation begins. In a world that constantly demands your attention, silence can feel uncomfortable or even threatening. Yet, it is in silence that you rediscover your essence, recalibrate your direction, and uncover the clarity needed to transform your life. Embracing silence is about learning to find stillness in chaos and recognizing its unparalleled power to bring depth and meaning to your journey. Begin by creating deliberate moments of silence in your day. These don't have to be hours long. Even 5 to 10 minutes of intentional quiet can make a difference. Choose a time when distractions are minimal. Early mornings or late evenings often provide the perfect opportunity. In these moments, allow yourself to sit without judgment or expectation. Silence is not about achieving anything. It is about being present with yourself, your thoughts, and your emotions. As you immerse yourself in silence, you may encounter an initial discomfort. Your mind might race with to-do lists, worries, or unresolved emotions. This is natural. Most of us are so accustomed to noise, both external and internal, that silence feels foreign. But the discomfort is a sign that you are breaking through the surface layers of distraction and entering a space where true growth can occur. Instead of resisting this unease, lean into it. Breathe deeply and observe your thoughts without attachment. Let them flow like leaves drifting down a stream. One of the most significant benefits of embracing silence is the clarity it brings. In the quiet, your mind begins to declutter. Ideas that were previously buried under the noise of daily life start to surface. You might gain insights into your goals, identify solutions to challenges, or reconnect with long-forgotten dreams. Silence acts as a mirror, reflecting your innermost truths and guiding you toward what truly matters. It is in these moments of stillness that your vision for transformation becomes vivid and undeniable. Silence also fosters a deep connection with your intuition. In the noise of the world, it's easy to lose touch with your inner voice, that quiet guide that knows what's best for you. When you embrace silence, you create space for this voice to speak. Pay attention to the subtle nudges and feelings that arise during these moments. They are often the breadcrumbs leading you to your most authentic self. Over time, you'll find that listening to your intuition becomes second nature, helping you make decisions with confidence and clarity. Beyond mental clarity, silence has profound emotional benefits. In the stillness, you can process emotions that you've suppressed or ignored. This might feel uncomfortable initially, but it is a necessary step in healing and growth. Allow yourself to sit with your feelings, whether they are joy, sadness, anger, or fear. Acknowledge them without judgment and let them move through you. Silence is a space for emotional release, and through this release, you create room for new, positive experiences to enter your life. Creating a physical environment that supports silence is equally important. Find a space where you can retreat from the noise of daily life. This could be a quiet corner in your home, a peaceful park, or even a spot by a window where you can watch the world go by without engaging in it. Turn off your devices, close the door, and set the intention to fully embrace the stillness. Over time, this space becomes a sanctuary where you can recharge and realign with your purpose. Practices like meditation and mindfulness can deepen your relationship with silence. Meditation teaches you to focus your attention, whether on your breath, a mantra, or the present moment. It's a powerful way to train your mind to find peace in stillness. Start with just a few minutes a day and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. Mindfulness, on the other hand, is about bringing silent awareness to your everyday activities. Whether you're eating, walking, or simply sitting, mindfulness transforms ordinary moments into opportunities for introspection and growth. Silence is also an antidote to the overstimulation of modern life. Social media, constant notifications, and a culture of business can leave you feeling scattered and drained. When you embrace silence, you reclaim your energy and attention. Use these moments to detox from digital distractions. Put your phone on airplane mode, log out of social media, and resist the urge to fill the silence with music or podcasts. Let your mind rest. In this space, you'll discover a sense of peace that no external stimulus can provide. Another powerful aspect of silence is its ability to enhance creativity. When your mind is not bombarded with input, it has the freedom to wander, explore, and innovate. Many great ideas are born in moments of quiet reflection. Use silence as a creative incubator. Keep a journal nearby to capture any thoughts, ideas, or inspirations that arise. You'll be amazed at the depth and originality of the insights that come to you when you're not trying to force them. Silence also strengthens your relationships. It may seem counterintuitive, but spending time in solitude can improve how you connect with others. When you are comfortable with silence, you become a better listener. You're no longer waiting for your turn to speak. Instead, you're fully present with the other person. This presence fosters deeper, more meaningful connections. Additionally, silence helps you approach relationships from a place of authenticity and self-awareness, reducing the likelihood of misunderstandings or conflicts. It's essential to understand that embracing silence is not about isolating yourself. Rather, it's about finding balance. Silence gives you the strength and clarity to engage with the world more intentionally. It's a practice of retreating to realign and then re-emerging with renewed purpose and energy. Think of it as the pause between notes in a symphony. Without it, the music loses its rhythm and beauty. One of the most profound lessons silence teaches is the art of being present. In the stillness, you learn to appreciate the beauty of the moment. The rustle of leaves, the warmth of sunlight, the rhythm of your breath. This presence transforms how you experience life. Instead of rushing through your days, you savor them. Silence helps you see that life is not a series of destinations, but a journey to be fully embraced. To cultivate a lasting habit of embracing silence, start with a simple commitment. Dedicate a specific time each day to be still, even if it's just 5 minutes. Gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. Experiment with different practices, such as meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in nature. Notice how these moments of silence impact your mood, energy, and perspective. Finally, recognize that silence is a gift you give yourself. It's an act of self-care and self-respect. In a noisy world, choosing silence is a revolutionary act. It's a statement that you value your inner world as much as the outer one. Through silence, you discover who you truly are, beyond the roles, expectations, and distractions that often define your life. When you embrace silence, you create space for transformation. It's in the stillness that you hear the whispers of your soul, guiding you toward your highest potential. So, step away from the noise, enter the silence, and watch as it reshapes not only your life but also your understanding of what it means to truly live. Transformation is not a straight path. It is a winding journey filled with challenges, breakthroughs, and moments of profound self-discovery. One of the most powerful metaphors for transformation is the process of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. At first glance, it seems almost magical, but when we look deeper, we see a lesson in patience, resilience, and the inevitability of change. Just as the caterpillar must retreat into its cocoon, enduring darkness and uncertainty, we too must often withdraw from the world's noise to find clarity and purpose. This retreat is not a sign of weakness but of strength, a deliberate act of preparing for a greater emergence. Imagine the caterpillar's world before transformation. It crawls along leaves, consuming what it can, living a life of limitation and groundedness. It has no idea of the wings that await it or the skies it will one day soar through. The same is true for us. We often live our lives grounded in routines, limited by beliefs that confine us to a single way of being. Yet, within each of us lies the potential for flight, a version of ourselves that is free, expansive, and extraordinary. Cocoon stage is the most challenging. In this phase, the caterpillar essentially dissolves into a formless state before reorganizing into a butterfly. This process mirrors the transformation we undergo when we decide to change our lives. To the outside world, it may appear as though nothing is happening, or worse, as though we've stalled or failed. But transformation often requires this hidden work. It is in these quiet, unseen moments that we confront our fears, shed our old identities, and begin to rebuild ourselves from the inside out. Think about the courage it takes to enter the cocoon. The caterpillar doesn't know for certain what lies ahead. It simply follows an innate drive, trusting the process even though the outcome is uncertain. This is a profound lesson for us. To transform, we must have the courage to step into the unknown. Whether it's leaving a job that no longer serves us, ending a toxic relationship, or pursuing a dream that feels out of reach, every act of transformation begins with a leap of faith. Faith, however, is not passive. It requires action and commitment. It's not enough to hope for change, we must work for it. This work often involves discomfort. As we confront the parts of ourselves that resist growth, we may encounter self-doubt, fear of failure, or the temptation to return to old habits. But like the caterpillar in its cocoon, we must persist, trusting that the struggle is part of the process. Each challenge we face is like a thread in the cocoon, strengthening us and preparing us for what lies ahead. As the transformation progresses, there comes a moment when the butterfly must break free from the cocoon. This is not an easy task. The struggle to emerge is essential, as it strengthens the butterfly's wings, preparing it for flight. Without this effort, the butterfly would never soar. For us, this stage represents the final push, the moment when we must fully commit to our new selves and leave behind the safety of the familiar. It is tempting to hold on to the cocoon, to cling to what we know, but true transformation requires letting go. Letting go is not just about releasing the past. It's about embracing the future with open arms. It's about stepping into the world as the person you've become, even if it feels unfamiliar or vulnerable. This is the moment when all the hidden work, the sacrifices, and the struggles come together to create something beautiful. It's the moment when you realize that the pain of growth was worth it, because it led you to a version of yourself you never thought possible. The butterfly's first flight is a moment of triumph, but it is also a moment of risk. The skies are vast and unpredictable, and there is no guarantee of safety. Yet the butterfly flies because it was born to do so. Similarly, when we embrace transformation, we step into a world of possibilities. There will be risks and uncertainties, but there will also be freedom, growth, and joy. The key is to trust in your wings. The skills, resilience, and wisdom you've gained through the process. Transformation is not just about personal growth, it is about impact. When a butterfly emerges, it doesn't simply exist for its own sake. It plays a vital role in the ecosystem, pollinating flowers and contributing to the cycle of life. In the same way, your transformation has a ripple effect. As you grow, you inspire others to do the same. Your courage becomes a beacon, showing others that change is possible. The strength you gain becomes a resource you can share, lifting others up and contributing to the collective good. Consider the moments in your life when you've been inspired by someone else's transformation. Perhaps it was a friend who overcame adversity, a mentor who guided you with wisdom, or a public figure whose story moved you to take action. Their transformation didn't just change their lives, it impacted yours. This is the power of growth. When you embrace your potential, you not only change your own life, but also create a legacy that extends far beyond yourself. Embracing transformation also requires humility. The butterfly doesn't boast about its wings, it simply flies. In the same way, true transformation is not about proving anything to others. It's about living authentically and fully, guided by your own values and aspirations. When you focus on the process rather than the approval of others, you free yourself from the need for validation. Your transformation becomes a source of quiet strength, rooted in self-awareness and purpose. There will be times when you falter. Transformation is rarely a linear process, and setbacks are inevitable. But setbacks are not failures, they are lessons. Each stumble is an opportunity to learn, adjust, and grow stronger. Remember, even the butterfly must rest between flights. Give yourself permission to pause, reflect, and recharge. Transformation is a lifelong journey, not a destination, and every step, even the difficult ones, is part of the process. As you embrace your transformation, surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. Just the butterfly relies on the ecosystem to thrive, we too need a community that nurtures our growth. Seek out relationships that inspire you, challenge you, and celebrate your successes. And when you find yourself among those who are also in the process of transformation, offer them the same support. Together, we rise. Finally, remember that transformation is not about perfection, it's about progress. The butterfly is not born perfect, it becomes. Similarly, you don't have to have everything figured out to begin your journey. Start where you are, with what you have, and trust that the path will unfold as you move forward. Each step you take is a testament to your courage, and each moment of growth brings you closer to the person you are meant to be. In the end, transformation is the ultimate act of self-love. It is a declaration that you are worthy of growth, of joy, and of living a life that aligns with your highest potential. So, step into your cocoon, embrace the process, and trust in the emergence. The world is waiting for the butterfly that is you.